Okay, so on number 5, they want us to write the equation or transform the equation that we have from number 4. I'm going to go ahead and use the first one. Oops, parentheses went right there, didn't it? There we go. All right, and they want us to put a slope-intercept form. So why don't we first distribute this 12, that was a negative 12 hundredths there, right? Okay, let's distribute that. So y minus 7 and 2 tenths equals a negative 12 hundredths x, and the negative times the negative is a positive 1 and 8 tenths. All right, so now let's add that 7 and 2 tenths to both sides. And I get y equals negative 12 hundredths x plus 9. All right, they would like for us to graph this particular linear equation. So our tread thickness, if we look at our ordered pairs, let me see, from the previous page, I've got 15 and 7 and 2 tenths, 35, and then 4 and 8 tenths. And then it looks like here I've got the y-intercept of 0, 9. Okay, so our input was the miles and thousands. Let's put that there. And then our output was tread thickness. In millimeters. That doesn't look very nice. Okay, so we just need to go up to 9, and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that'll be perfect. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then there's our 9. Okay, and this of course is 0 right here. And I don't know about you, but I would really like to see how long it takes for the tires to be bald, but I don't know that that's really going to be part of our scenario here. So I'd like to at least get the 35 input on here. So I think we can do, looks like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, and then 50. Okay, so we know we have 0, 9, 15, and then 7.2. Try not to go cross-eyed here. And then 35 and 4.8. Okay, so here we go. Now it says use your equation, so they're talking about this one here, to predict the tread thickness when the tires have been used for 50,000 miles. We have to be careful. We do not want to put 50,000 in for x, because remember, it's the miles are in thousands. So we need to let x be 50 in this case. So y equals negative 12 hundredths times 50 plus 9, and we get 3. So the treads will be 3 millimeters. The tread thickness, sorry, thick. All right, number 8 says, according to the U.S. Department of Transportation, the minimum safe tread thickness is 1/16 of an inch. Convert this thickness to millimeters. Okay, so we are going to need to go back to the chart. I want to say it's page 192. Just helping a person with this earlier today. Sure enough. All right, so we know that 1 inch is equivalent to 2 and 54 hundredths of a centimeter. And then I know that I can go from centimeters to millimeters. So let's change this to centimeters first. Okay, so I know that 1 inch is equivalent to 2.54 centimeters. So in my calculator I have 1 divided by 16 times 2.54, and I get 0.15875, that's centimeters, and we need to go to millimeters. So remember, when I go to centimeters to millimeters, we move this decimal one place to the right. Okay, so that would make that 1.5875 millimeters, and I think in the book they went ahead and rounded to the nearest hundredths or 2 decimal places. So I'll look to the right, that tells me to go up 1.59 millimeters. Okay, that was a good time. All right, then decide how many more miles the owner of these tires can drive before he risks life and limb driving on unsafe tires. And it says 1 inch is about 25.4 millimeters. Assume that the current number of miles is the later data in the table. So this 1.5459 millimeters, that's our y, isn't it? Okay. And let's substitute this into our equation. And then let's solve for our x here. So I am going to subtract 9 from both sides. So 1.59 minus 9 gives me negative 7.41 equals negative 0.112x. And then now let's divide both sides by negative 0.112. And I end up with x is equal to 61.75. So remember, that's in thousands of miles. Okay, so 61.75 times 1,000 gives us 61,750 miles. Okay, so our last point was at 35,000 miles, and they asked us how much further they had to go. Let's subtract 35,000 miles from that. And we get they have 26,750 more miles left to go. And then lastly, it says that particular model of tire is a tread thickness of 9 2/10 millimeters when brand new. Does that match your model, what your model predicts? I say it was pretty close. Okay.